Hello everyone and welcome back to Voidspace Alpha. My name is Ollie and today we are continuing our StarCraft 2 1v1 ranked playthrough series where I attempt to use all of your tips, tricks, comments, feedback and suggestions to improve my game. A massive, massive thank you to the 88,640 people who have subscribed to the channel thus far. You guys are awesome and thank you everyone who takes the time to leave their comments, tips, tricks, suggestions, all of that jazz, either down below in the comments section or over on the Discord channel, which you guys can join for free. You do not need to be a channel member or a Patreon or any of that nonsense. So thank you very much for that. You can come and hang out with some other like-minded gamers who are infinitely better at StarCraft than ye old me. Another new map for me, and I've been waffling so much I forgot to see who I was up against. So it's TvZ. It's my first TvZ back. So let's good luck, have fun, that guy. Let's change that rally point over. Gonna want to get our depot down. Queue up to 16 SCVs, all pretty standard stuff. What am I expecting on this one? Probably expecting a Zergling rush. Is probably the most likely to cause me problems. So let's continue to build out, and we'll probably dump an early bunker just to dissuade that. There we go. So once the barracks goes down, next SCV grabs that. We'll chuck 2 on control group 3. Get another one queued up, and whoever is the next guy is going to grab some scouting. There we go. Perfect. We're going to go control group 2 on this dude. And you know what? Probably not a bad shout if I do the old Reaper expand. There we are. Let's make sure we get that gas saturated nice and early. I'm still recovering from a bit of a cold, so if I cough or sneeze at any point during this, I'm ever so sorry. It's just human nature, I suppose. Second hatchery's down a bit early. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just really out of practice. Okay, there's the spawning pool. So actually all I need to know now is the gas situation. Actually want to cancel that. Okay, he's got 1 ling.
To the SCVs.
Once we've got that, we want to get our second depot. So I'm going to throw down here. Got a bit all fingers and thumbs today. Yeah, there's the lings.
The Grim Reaper has arrived. Oh, they're after the SCVs.
Let's just repair that. I kind of called this, didn't get the bunker down. I was going to go for the bunker on the low ground. Let's repair that.
Nope, can't build there.
Go bunker. Boom. The factory.
Armed and ready. Go ahead. Got some.
There we go.
You're the Reaper man. Let's do this. What's it worth? SCV ready.
Yeah, we ate 1. Tech lab that. So I'm just going to chill this guy in the middle, just to give me some map vision.
SCV ready. This better be good. By the number. Add on quickly.
Okay. He's got more lings out, which is fine.
Bad news.
We need more minerals.
There we are.
SCV ready.
Our command center's been upgraded.
SCV ready. Ready to roll out.
Let's saturate that main first. I can't believe I've started my expansion prior to saturating my main. Let's get the reactor on that. Second siege tank. Medevac. And I guess now we're just in the growth phase, but really I want to be putting down some damage because there is absolutely no way that I am going to keep up with a Zerg player.
SCV ready. Ready.
Add-ons good to go. Add-on complete.
Okay, that's oversaturated. So much so that I could probably move a few workers down here.
In the rear with big
Start getting my other gases.
SCV ready. Go, go, go.
Not enough Vespine.
Yeah, low on Vespine now.
Ready for dust off.
All out of gas. Need more gas for that.
Doing good on supply.
Not enough Vespine. All out of gas. Need more gas for that.
Okay, time to saturate these gases.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's on.
Ah, you scared me. SCV
Ready for dust off.
Get some Vikings.
Who wants some? SCV ready. Fueled up, ready to go. Speak up. Go, go, go. SCV ready.
Get combat shields queued up. And armor.
Move it.
Where's my Viking?
You ready for war? Research complete. Upgrade complete. Our command center's been upgraded. That mineral cluster's mined out. It's about to get heavy.
More fingers and thumbs today.
What's that? In the rear with the cannons. SCV ready.
It's go time.
SCV
Ready to plunder.
Okay, he hasn't expanded that direction. But he's probably gone linearly.
SCV ready.
Let's get more production. That's what lost me the game last time.
Let's have a blast.
SCV ready.
There's nothing wrong with queuing up a few upgrades.
Gangway coming through. SCV ready.
Looks like that research is done.
Excuse me.
Ah, you scared? Ready to roll out. SCV ready.
Mineral cluster depleted.
This better be good.
Not without more supply, we're not.
Okay, actually laxed on the supply a little bit there.
Out of supply already?
Bad news. SCV ready.
Not enough energy.
SCV ready.
Upgrade complete.
Who wants some?
Add-ons good to go.
SCV ready.
Oh, hello.
Add-on complete.
Couple of changelings.
Armed and ready.
Keep getting bases down.
SCV ready. Bad news.
Ding! Research complete. Nope, can't build there.
In the rear.
Okay.
SCV ready.
That's an easy kill.
Let's have a blast. Not without more supply, we're not. Gotta build more supply depots.
Huh?
Upgrade complete.
SCV ready. We. SCV ready.
Out of supply already?
You want a piece of me, boy?
Gotta build more supply depots.
SCV ready.
Not without more supply, we're not.
Okay, we should be on max supply shortly. I've done that thing that I always do, which is just wait until I get to max supply and then push out.
Affirmative. SCV ready.
Ready for dust off.
Is he going for a Nidus? Is that why he's dropping his stuff?
Depleted that mineral. Kaboom, baby! Good one. We're at max supply, so...
You got it.
Wonder if I could go for a bit of a Doom drop.
That mineral
This better be
good. Add-ons good to go. Let's have a blast.
Reporting for action.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Get off my SCVs, you jerk! Mineral cluster depleted.
Oh, actually, his army was all the way over there.
Fueled up, ready to go.
Dropping.
We read you.
Okay, I wonder if I can cause some issues
Course
with...
set.
What's that?
Something depleted that mineral cluster.
Let's get planetary.
Got freedom.
Okay, he has got air defense.
Who wants some? Upgrade complete.
Okay, an interesting mix of units.
Need something liberated?
Just attack these.
This better be good. Go ahead. Armed by the numbers.
Can't do that. We're at
I'm
max
playing
supply.
chess with a Zerg player, and it's not going to end well.
All out of energy. Get heavy.
SCV ready.
Initiating. Perfect.
Wonder if I can just deny that for a second.
Who wants some?
Upgrade complete.
Come on, chase me, chase me.
Good one. We're at max supply, so... No.
Okay, interesting.
Mineral cluster depleted.
Armed and ready.
Oh, it's on.
Go.
Depleted that mineral cluster.
This better be good.
Ready for dust off.
You want a piece? Fueled up, ready to go.
Go time.
What's going on? Go ahead.
Do some macro. He's definitely got a base over here. Yeah, he's got lurkers and stuff.
Armed and ready. SCV
Let's
ready.
get a tech lab. Okay, fine. I'll take that. That's cool.
Who wants some?
Can't do that. We're at max. Our base is under attack.
SCV ready.
Good one.
Ready to. You want a piece of me, boy? We could use your help.
Upgrade.
I need some ravens.
Can't do that. We're at maximum supply. That mineral cluster's mined out.
I'm on it. Who wants some? Go ahead.
Good
Oh,
one.
shit.
We're at max supply, so... It's about to get heavy.
Armed and ready.
cluster depleted.
There we go. Okay, that's good. Let's keep pumping out Marines and tanks.
We read you.
Vespine
Change that over.
complete.
They want Cyclones now and Vikings. Just building up the muters.
You want a piece of me, boy? Who wants some?
Okay, should be able to get this.
Ready.
Depleted that mineral cluster. Gangway. Coming through. This better be good. Optics online.
Anything that can shoot up, I'm grabbing. Okay, that's one hatchery down.
Can't do that. We're at maximum supply. By the number. Good one. We're at maximum. That mineral cluster's mined out. Optics online. Let's upgrade. Gateway. Coming.
Just focus on the hatchery and the economy.
This mess.
That mineral cluster's mined out. Ready? We could use some help here. Want some? Go.
Wait, upgrades. I'm sloppy.
Better be good. We could use some help here. Gangway. Coming through. We could use some help here.
Get underneath them. Okay, Cyclones are starting to turn up, which is good. Okay, that's good. That's going well. Has he got a base in the corner? He does not. Has he got a base down here? He does not. Okay, we got the GG. Nice. Nice. Sorry, I got a little bit overexcited there. That's very unlike me. Yeah, what an interesting game. Let's go back and review ourselves, I suppose. So, speed to it, just for the opening. So, I feel like my opening's pretty standard now. It probably, other than just really good timing and building placement, there isn't really a lot to work on there, and that's not like a humble brag or anything. I just think it's a pretty standard opening, like specifically the 2-minute part. Once I realised he was going early Zerglings, which I knew because he put his spawning pool right out in the open, I should have high ground built the SCV, high ground built the CC with the bunker up the top, or maybe not even with the bunker up the top, but you know, kind of is what it is. Anyways, you can tell that this guy is just rushing towards getting some lings, because the moment our SCV went over there, a ling popped out, which means he's got ling production. Early expansion from the Zerg. Slightly earlier than usual. That tells me that he's going to do a push and then fall back onto his economy, which will be interesting. That single ling is going to chase down and eat that SCV by the time it gets back over here. Anyways, I low ground the command center, which turns out to be a mistake, but I do manage to plug the gap just in time, and I get one Reaper out just in time to defend the wall. Now that wall is going to hold, but it's going to cost me 3 SCVs. This guy repairing here, and then I grab another 2. They come over and repair that one. By that time, another Marine's come out and we've held. Okay, so not the end of the world. You know, the guy has killed 2 workers. I've killed 8 units and 2 workers. So it's not the... Sorry, I've killed 8 units to 2 units lost. I have not killed 2 workers. So it's not the end of the world. 25 to 22 economy. Factories getting off the ground now. Bunkers going down with the expansion. So we all know that one of my major strengths is macro. Here's my Reaper. He goes in and eats 1 worker, which is adequate, I suppose. I end up pulling him back just because I'm so conflict averse, which is really, really dumb. 2 lings just chilling around my 30s, waiting to see when I go and expand. They go down. A load more lings come in. They eat my Reaper in the center of the map just to get rid of my early game map vision, which is fine. Second Rax is now queued up. Starport is just completing. In terms of work accounts, it's 28 to 36. So there is a bit of an economy deficit there. And yeah, he's just milling around with his lings, doing his thing. I'm now fully building my stuff. I've got my first siege tank up on the high ground. And he's just looking at those additional bases that I could and should, by the 5-minute mark, be expanding to. Again, very late on that third expansion. Very, very late. Tech Lab on the second rack. Expansion goes down. I'm going to float that down to over here in just a moment. Zerg player. Not a lot of production that I'm seeing, but, you know, Zerg kind of burst produce, don't they? So it's one of those things. Roach Warren and Spore Crawler going down. He's really worried about the drops and all that stuff, which is absolutely fine. I just ended up moving across the map and eating a large portion of his army. Finally getting those second 2 gases on my natural, which is just woefully too late. Turrets in the mineral lines because I was waiting for a new kind of harass. What you typically find with players like this that go for the early aggression is that if that doesn't work, they'll try a different form of annoyance, which is usually with Zerg muters. So I was just getting those down. Another turret just over here, just in case something comes over, and something does come over, and he ends up dropping a changeling in my base. Where does it go? Where does it go? Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, of course it doesn't, because that thing isn't... Yeah, the changeling just walks in. Interesting. I end up noticing, okay, that's not one of mine, and I do take it out just to get rid of that. I notice this over here is denying me an expansion, so I go and shoot it. I'm now on 3 bases. It's a 3 base to 3 base, 50 to 55, so I've overtaken on the economy and the army size, but don't let that fool you. Zerg can produce a decent amount of army at short notice, which is always, always a worry. Building up a decent number of siege tanks to go across the map. One of my key strategies here is going to be trying to keep those alive. And you know what? I'm kind of okay with my level of upgrades. We haven't touched each other now since like the 4-minute mark. You know, it's a little bit crazy. The next unit that's going to die is going to be this Overlord over here. There we are. We're oversaturated on our third, but that's okay because we're going to move those onto gases. There we go. So whoever commented last time saying you need to fix your base saturation out, I think I did a better job this game than most games. Production-wise, I'm still not hammering down enough barracks, but my supply is getting to a decent level. 86 to 75. 75 workers to 63. Not super, super terrible. But there is a bit of a death blob building up over here. And if I can just hold off those banelings, I know that I'm going to be through to a victory. If I just have a look from the Zerg's perspective, he's got a pretty decent amount of vision across the map, which is something that I didn't do. Which is a bit of a shame. Let me just... hang on. There we go. We'll zoom back out now. Get a better view of the map. He comes in, realizes that this base is very undefended, so he's going to bring his entire army out over there. Take that down. But he still commits to the attack. I just decide really bad timing-wise that I'm going to take my stuff for a doom drop, and it just ends up being a terrible trade. I lose a lot of workers there, so if we have a look at the worker kill, it's now 18 to 1. These are the Liberators heading over to the top left-hand corner of the map. I drop a cheeky scan and realise there's a lot of air defence there. But what I want to do is just deprive mining on this area, which seems to have worked. Not that I think that's a huge, huge issue, because we're both building up a decent bank of stuff. Clearing the creep as I go as best I can, so he can't see what I'm doing. I end up dropping my Liberators just over here. Perfect. Oh, dude, I didn't even realise I got this many free roaches. That really, really helped. Decent amount of kills here. I mean, I'm going to lose a lot of Vikings, which is silly of me. I lost every single Viking there. But I am going to remove some more creep. And another Spore Crawler. What I should have done is siege these libs over the top of these, what are they called? You know, lava. That's it, larvae. Bring some Zerglings down to be a harassment. Planetary Fortress happily deals with that. Now it's just a case of holding the siege line back and forthing, taking out those lurkers. I think he realizes, okay, that lurkers aren't going to be the hard-hitting unit that I thought they were going to be in this case. Should have dropped a scan over here on the way in because he could see my reinforcements coming in. Another engagement with some Hydras. They go down. Evolution chambers are going to go down. Not that he needs them. I think he's done all of his upgrades that he can. So yeah, now it's the standoff where the mutas, can the mutas do the damage that they need to regain control? He's at 60 workers to my 83, and I've got 109 army supply. We're going to take out this hatchery here just to reduce production somewhat. There we are, perfect. Lovely. Lava are going to go down. Going to move our tanks in. We're chasing around these mutas because we don't want them to go to our base, because that would actually be terrible. If he'd have just ignored us and moved to the base, he'd have caused some serious issues. Now, he's going to take out some medevacs, whoop-de-doo, couple of marines. I've taken out an entire expansion and all the workers, so now I'm positive on worker kills, which means his worker count's at like 38. He's only on 2 hatcheries. I do drop some courtesy scans just before the end, and that is good night, Vienna, unfortunately, for the Zerg player. And you know what? That was a good game, I think, actually. In terms of production, I think I could have done a lot better. I had, obviously, just at the end of the game, I had just mined out of my main at the 17-minute mark. So that could have done with an expansion, which I could have probably just rebuilt over here. I think in terms of map vision, there's a lot of work for me to do. I had no idea what the guy was doing for the majority of the game. In terms of losses, you know, I killed 255 to 114, 42 workers to 18. That doesn't really mean anything, but if you look at the losses, you can see that, yeah, the value of the stuff that I killed was much, much better. I feel like I'm getting better at upgrades. I ended up with 2-2 infantry, which is pretty good. So do you know what? I'm taking that as an actual win. I will take that. I think I've learned some stuff and implemented some things that you guys have told me about. So thank you so much for that. Popping up on your screens now will be some other videos. I hope you enjoy. Please do check them out, and I will see you in the next episode.